All right, so trading recap. Um, this is sim account. Don't really need to show that. All right, what a day. It's exhausting. Um, Very exhausting. Really long trading day. So I'll just kind of show the daily charts like this. We've obviously created a doji. We opened. Um, we were trading sideways first of all in the pre-market or in the Globex session. And I marked out some of these zones. This zone I didn't mark out till the open. But the idea was we had this. I was a bit confused. I wasn't really sure how I was going to trade today. Only because in my opinion, we had a wedge. So we had this 1, 2, 3. So we had this 4. I was expecting price to drop. And that was the problem. With me today, I was a bit confused. I could not decide what to do, and I think a lot of it had to do with the fact that I had this stupid bias, like I did yesterday. Well, actually, no. Yesterday was different. Yesterday we had that, and I screwed it up. But so when we were holding this position, I'm going to bring up the 15-minute chart now. We're holding this area in the overnight session. As you can see, we've come back down, we've tested, so we've made 1, 2, 3 different lows, so we should be going up at this point. So we started going up, but we went sideways, and then we broke out. And when we broke out, I drew this measured move. I actually decided to take a trade here, but I entered with 4 contracts at the top. This was at this point. I entered with 4 contracts here. Then I saw this big spike. It happened instantly, and I panicked. Got back up, and I thought, you know what, I'm getting out. And I took a loss of about $80. And I was very upset because that has already screwed my day. I knew it was going to come back close to it, but what if it doesn't? I had an idea, I just thought, you know, screw it. I had a double top, and of course, this thing is going to test the support, the zone which was created here. We had a 30-minute demand area, which I looked in this chart, saw this 30-minute demand, and I thought, okay, let's leave this here. I actually took a trade short. I'm going to move this up. I actually took a trade short here. No, it wasn't here. It was here. I sold this close, and I fumbled, and I could not. I was trying to set a stop and got out here just for, I think, 3 ticks with 1 contract, which is fine. Then this bull surprise happened, and that's when I should have just taken it long. But in my head, I was saying we are probably going to go down here again. You know, this is us going down, but of course you need a double top. You need something to tell you you're going down. I assumed this wasn't gonna happen, and it did, which is annoying, right? But it did happen, and in my head I was thinking sell, 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 sell. So that was how I was looking at the day as a bear day. I don't really know what I did here, even though I can see it looks like what did I do here? I sold, and then I sold some more, and I bought, probably got out here. I can always put the things there. The point is I did sell, as you can see the arrows. Then I sold more here. Oh yeah, here we go. I sold and I sold and I covered, had 1 contract in, sold some more here because I assumed this was a wedge. Yeah, so if we take a trend line, let me just see, Alt T, this is how I was looking at it. So I thought, okay, if we're in a wedge, we should this would be a good signal short. So I sold here. It was a bit too late, and I was hesitating. And then we now started going sideways, and then we pushed up 1 more time. So after 3 pushes, I thought, okay, it looks like I'm reading this thing wrong. Let me redraw my channels. So I redrew the channel, drew this up, And I thought, okay, this is probably just a bull spike and channel, right? So I drew this channel. In fact, initially I had this line here just starting from here to here. And when we got to the top, I think it was this, I sold that I was too quick. And I sold the bottom for some weird reason. I wanted to get here, but I had an issue with NinjaTrader and I could not set my order to sell here. I ended up selling here, 3 contracts in. And then I thought, okay, fine, we definitely are in a wedge. I'm looking at this. I looked at the 15-minute chart, and 15-minute was so good today. So we had 1 push, 2 push, and 3. Or maybe this was 1 push, 2 push, 3. So I said, definitely have a wedge. Let me even draw the wedge properly. And then I started looking for signals to go short. At the time, I think Al was saying, oh, it's not very good. Short probability is very low. In my head, I was thinking of it from a different... Yesterday, I was really bad. I was looking from this perspective. We had a supply region, a 5-minute supply region, which, as you can see, caused all this selling. So I thought we're definitely going to get some selling here today, and possibly a continuation of this leg. So I thought if that's the case, I should sell one more time, because I didn't want to do that again, because my stop is all the way up here. I don't want to increase my risk in case we just sold a bit, went sideways, and then went back up. So I thought, okay, let's just do it anyway. There's all this buying, we've got to reverse at some point. Sold that, one more contract. So I had 4 contracts in, and we just started coming down. I covered 1 contract here after this consolidation. I probably should not have done that. I should probably just, I think I was thinking too much of losses. I should have just held. Then we broke out just outside the consolidation. I should have just held and then sold too close to the opening, because I wasn't sure if we're going to make the opening. Also concerned about this region of demand here. Price came in, and I had 1 more contract in. Went up, and yeah. Oh no, what happened? There is 1 more. There were 4 contracts. So 1, 2, 3. I don't know where I exited the last. These. Oh, sorry. They exited the last one here. Not entirely sure where I exited the final one. Anyway, so this happened. So I thought, okay, great. But then I noticed we only had 2 legs, right? So I kept on redrawing my channels. I had a tighter channel than this, and I was, checking my measured moves. Oh, by the way, the first one worked, even though I had no conviction. Never hit my stop, but the trade was not a good trade. I wasn't ready to trade with 4 contracts. If I had 1 contract, I would have held through this, because I would have relied on my stop over here and taking it to the measured move target, which was over here. Possibly bought some more, which I hadn't thought about, but now I'm thinking about it. 1 contract in, and then just be buying as we're going up. And of course, the point is you buy when you come out of these areas. So anyway, so what then now happened was, because I saw this second leg, I noticed that we had no convictions going up. There was also a wedge over here. If I can just mark it. Oh no, let's do that again. So yeah, there's a wedge here. And so took this short, but I got in here. I normally like to get in here. I think I was trying to get in on the close, but I saw how strong this selling was. This is probably a better entry point. And yeah, and then I got out around here. I was concerned about this area of demand. And then we started going sideways, and things got a bit choppy and confusing, and I sold this point, which did not make sense, because you think about it, this was the second leg and this was the second leg trap. But anyway, we had a wedge here, and the wedge was also in confluence with this area of demand. In fact, didn't really touch it, but there was one over here, and I'm sure, yeah, I did not mark it, but this was another area of demand. Anyway, so I was really tight at this point. Should have considered this entry, or at least this entry here, because we already broke this zone. I didn't think that demand zone was going to hold, again because I was thinking about shorts, and my mind was stuck on this whole idea that this was a second leg to this move. As you can see, we went down, we pulled back, and then we went down, but we never ever broke this low. We challenged it, but never broke it. So this is a double bottom. So chances are we may be going, oh wow, that's a really good, just have a look. I actually just shorted this, and this is where, no. Oh, I'm confused. Oh yeah, this is where my contract is, but this isn't a simulator, because we are in another era of supply. So we're going, so anyway, yeah, so we've come here again, there are buyers here, and of course price is coming back up again. So if I look back in yesterday's low over here, we have this bottom, and then we're going back up. So this confused me a bit, and trying to get an idea of where we're headed is always hard when we make this transition. And what I mean by transition is, if I look at the hourly chart, the transition happened here, and this is where I got the conviction. When we broke this wedge, which I plotted after, and which gave me more conviction to take this short, when we broke this, I felt, okay, we're definitely going down. And it also makes sense because this is one push, two push, and the third push. Or maybe this is the third push. At least on this chart, it looked that way. So based on that, we're now looking for a double bottom, a major trend reversal, and this was the third push up. And then now we're taking it short, which is why I've decided to take it short. Now I'm not entirely sure where we're going, whether we're going sideways, because in the bigger channel, we seem to have broken this. I haven't actually plotted this channel yet. I probably should, because then I'll have a better idea of where we're going. Maybe this is what we're doing, and probably should have expected this. So this point, I just didn't have a high, but at this point I could have taken it long and then just found this channel somehow, because we were going sideways. This is another great signal to go long. And then look at this, we're really beginning to drop, and yeah, this is gone down 3 points. So that was a really good short. But anyway, so yeah, the question is, are we going to go past this low? Are we taking these are the questions that really confuse me, because I really need to get a good sense of where price is going, and then figure out, because now we're in this trend up, we kind of come back here and then test this level, I guess, and then go back up again. The point is, how far up are we going? We're certainly in a trading range, and I do reckon that very soon we are going to go down. All right, so that was my trading today. I think just looking at this, I like the fact that I could make references to yesterday and decide on my trades. Today could have been better had I accepted this as a resistance, and if this was the resistance, I would have gone long from here, i.e. the low of the day. I would have gone long from here. I would have had no problems taking this long, but I didn't see it that way, and that's always an issue. I need to work on that aspect of my trading, where I figure out early in the day, okay, where are we going? Where's our resistance, or our support, sorry, and then where's our resistance? We had one here, but we broke out. So, and then we've broken out even up to this point. Even though we've pulled back based on this resistance, we've come out and broken that. So whatever happens, our stop is always here. Well, however we enter, if we enter here, we are still holding our stop. And that's really the point. Trading is very hard. It's very, very taxing on the mind. Yeah. And those are the things that make it so difficult when you trade, because you're constantly trying to figure out where you're constantly trying to figure out where you're trying to go.
Order filled.
Yeah, you're trying to figure out where it's going, what channels it's following. I like the fact that the price follows the channels properly, but the zones help as well. But you never know. I mean, look at this. You don't find all of them. I certainly did not find this zone when I charted it, but I could tell with this wedge. Okay, so I'm going to yeah, I covered most of my losses from yesterday, from earlier this morning. It's still a bit of a red day, but not much. Um, yeah, it wasn't much at all. Um, if I had traded with more size, it's because I traded with so much size here. If I had done so, I would have made back everything. But the idea today and the goal today wasn't about making money or losing money. It was about trading and holding. Oh yeah, so that was another thing. Holding through these pullbacks was pretty awesome. I'm so happy about that. At least I held through the second pullback, then held through the third. But I'm happy I did, and I didn't think this would happen, because I said, well, if this is a long bar and this is only the second leg, is this the end? Are we going to get a third leg? And if we do, it should be a real big pop. And we got it. So that was very, should I say surprising? I'm not sure, but whatever it was exciting to see. All right, so I'm gonna close it down. I'm gonna take screenshots of these, um, and start logging my trades via these screenshots. Okay.